Welcome to the Ultimate Python course. Today we are going to learn about functions in Python. A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. So you can pass data, which is known as parameters, into a function. A function can return data as a result. So let's see how to create a function. Very first, in Python, function is defined using the def keyword. So let me just show you. Very first you need to write def and then you have to write the function name, that you can keep anything which you want. So I am writing first function and then you have to give the parenthesis. After parenthesis you have to give semicolon, and now this is how you have defined a function using def keyword, and then you wrote the function name with parenthesis and then semicolon. Now you have to press enter, and then whatever like statement you want to write in function, that you can write. So you can write any print statement, anything, or if you don't want to write anything, you just need to write pass. As we have earlier learned about, we can use the pass statement if we don't have to write any statement, or we don't understand like what we want to write right now. You can simply write the pass statement. Let me show you. You can simply write here pass, and if you will run, it will not give you any error, but you will not understand whether this function worked or not. So that's why I'm writing print hi. And now see, if you will run this, it will not give you any error, but it is not giving any output as well. Why? Because in when you write function, you have to call that function, then only it will print whatever will be the inside the function. Otherwise it will not print anything. After defining function, the another step is calling that function. So it is very simple. To call a function, we simply use the function name and followed by parenthesis. So let me show you here. If I will call the function with the parenthesis, and now when I will run this, see, it has printed me hi. So in the same way, you can write the function using the def keyword and then give the function name, parenthesis, semicolon, and then press enter, and then whatever statement you want to write, that you can write, and then simply call that function. How? Using the function name with parenthesis. This is how we write the function and then we call it. So let's see, let's learn more about it. So now you can simply create a function without any arguments as well in Python, but we can also pass arguments in Python. How? Let's see. So if you want to pass any information in function, it is known as arguments. So arguments are specified after the function name and inside this parenthesis. You can add as many arguments as you want, but you need to separate them by a comma. Let me give you here. I have written a function def, and then my function name is my func, and then in the parameter I have written f name. So this is the parameter. Now what I am printing here, I am printing this parameter plus something in the string. Now what I'm keeping, you can write anything as this parameter, but here I have given single parameter f name. Right now it has only one parameter. So while calling the function, you need to give the arguments there. So here I have given f name, and now while calling, right now in this line I am calling this function. So first I have given the arguments as Emil. Like, let me just, so here see, this is how it is printing. It is printing the f name and plus the string. So this is how you can give the arguments in Python function. Now there are different types of arguments in Python. So first one is positional arguments and the keyword arguments. So positional arguments are values that are passed into a function based on the order in which the parameters were listed during the function definition. So the order is especially important as values passed into this function are assigned to corresponding parameters based on their position. So let me show you. Here I have given a function team, and then I'm passing two arguments. First is name and the second is project. Now what I'm printing? Print first name and then comma, then string is working on and comma project. So you have to give, while calling the function, you have to give two arguments, first name and second project. So here, while calling the function team, I have given name as John and the project as titanic.csv. So when I run this function, it should print John is working on an titanic.csv. In the same way, in the next example also, I have taken the same function team, and I'm passing the parameter name and project. But here, while calling the function, what I did, first I wrote the project name, and second I'm writing the John. So function will understand this is the name and this is the project. So it will print titanic.csv is working on a John. So this is how the positional arguments work. Order is here very important. You need to take care of that. So here also I have written, in this example we see that when the position of the arguments are changed, the output produces different results. Though the code in example B isn't wrong, like it's not wrong, but what I did, we simply changed the position and our output got changed. Now next we have keyword arguments. So keyword arguments are values that when passed into a function are identifiable by a specific parameter's name. So a keyword argument is preceded by a parameter and the assignment operator equal to. Keyword arguments can be linked to dictionaries in that they map a value to a keyword. So the same function I'm taking here, define theme and passing two parameters, name and project. And printing name is working on a project. So what I did here, even though I'm taking project as first parameter, like again I did the opposite. First I'm taking project and second I'm taking name, the second parameter. But instead of simply given what I'm assigning, I'm doing the assigning the value. Means project is equal to John and name is equal to titanic.csv. If you will do this, it will take, even if I change the position of this, it will take the same, like it has taken the name as Titanic and project as John. But in the next one I am doing, wait, here also if I will run this, because name is Titanic and project is this, but I am doing name project I have given, let me give it and here to remove this to give John. So even though the project parameter here I have taken as first parameter project and second as name, so it will give you the correct one. Why? Because it will take name as John and project as titanic.csv. So it has shown you the output. John is working on a titanic.csv. So in keyword arguments, uh, you can make your this better, and you will not get confused, and not your nor your program will get confused. So that was the two keyword argument and the positional argument. Now next, we will be learning about variable scope in Python. So like it is not a statically typed language, so we do not need to declare variables before using them. Let me just, like, in the past few lessons as I'm showing you, you can just take variable and directly define it, like x is equal to 7 or y equal to anything string you want to take high. So you can simply write, but maybe in another language you might have seen that we have to define like whether x should be integer or x should be string or float. But here you don't need to write like this. You simply take a variable and assign the value to it and start using it. So this is called not a statically typed language. So a variable is created the moment we first assign a value to it. So scope of variable means the location where we can find a variable and also access it if required. So it is called the scope of variable. So it is of two types, global and local. So global variables are the ones that are defined and declared outside any function and are not specified to any function. Like you can use globally anywhere in your code and any part of that code. But local variable is opposite. If you have defined it in a function, you can only use inside that function. Outside that function, that will local variable will not work. So let me show you. Here I have written a function and I'm simply what I'm doing, print string, and the string is data science is the future. Now this is global scope. This will not call as a local. Why? Because it has defined outside this and you can globally use it. So this is the global scope. Now here this very first I have defined x is equal to 300. So it is outside the function, it is global, but inside this function also I have used x, which is 200, and print x. So let me show you. First I'm calling the function also, and then I'm printing x as well. So let's see. When you are calling function, it is taking the local variable x and it will print 200. But outside the function, when you want to print this x, it is taking 300. Why? Because this x is equal to 200. It is a local variable. It will work only inside this function func. But outside this function it will not work. So that's why the outside the print x, it is taking the 300 as a variable value. Why? Because it is outside the function and it is a global variable. So but you can also use a global variable inside the function as well. So how you can make that? You have to use the keyword global. If you will use the global keyword and write the variable, so it will work outside the function as well, because you have made this variable as global using the global keyword. So outside the function, when I will print x, it should print 300. See. So let me show you here global x, and inside that I'm keeping x is equal to 200. So see what it is printing. It is printing 200 because first it is 300, but after that we have changed the value of x variable to 200. That's why it is printing 200. So that's it for the function. In the next session, we will be doing some more programmings about the built-in function that we have in Pythons, that is filter, lambda and all. So I hope you like the session. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.